When a Hollywood star says parts of her life were so painful she wanted them burned after her death, you know this isn't just another celebrity book launch. This is raw. This is real. And this is one of the most emotional moments we've seen in years. Christine Applegate is opening up like never before, and during a recent interview, she actually teared up describing the really hard process of writing her memoir while battling multiple sclerosis. Yes, while fighting a life-altering illness, she decided to unlock journals she once kept hidden in a box of diaries so private she told a loved one to destroy them when she was gone. But now, she's letting the world read them. And trust me, what pushed her to change her mind is bigger than fame, bigger than headlines. It's personal, powerful, and deeply connected to survival. Before we get into everything she revealed, make sure you hit subscribe, because on this channel we break down the real stories behind the headlines, the emotional truth, the hidden layers, and what it really means for these stars. Christine Applegate has been in our lives for decades. From her breakout role as Kelly Bundy on Married, with children, to award-winning performances in projects like Dead to Me, she's always balanced comedy with heart. But behind the red carpets and punchlines, there was a private struggle unfolding. In 2021, Christine revealed she had been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a chronic autoimmune disease that affects the central nervous system. Since then, she's spoken openly about the physical pain, fatigue, and emotional toll the condition has taken on her life and career. Walking has become difficult. Filming has required immense strength. And yet, she kept going. But the memoir, that might have been her toughest challenge yet. During the interview, Christine admitted reflecting on her life through her old diaries was really hard. And not just emotionally difficult, and at times she simply couldn't reread what she had written. The vulnerability was overwhelming. These weren't polished Hollywood anecdotes. These were raw journal entries written during some of the darkest moments of her life. She said those journals were locked away in a box. At one point, she even told someone close to her, Rachel, that when she died, those pages should be burned. That's how deeply private and painful they were. Imagine writing something so personal that you never want another soul to see it. So what changed? Why would someone go from wanting their words destroyed to publishing them for the entire world? Christine explained that she began thinking about people who have experienced abuse, trauma, and really hard times. She said, essentially, "I'm here for you." That shift transformed the memoir from a personal excavation into a lifeline for others. And that's where this story becomes bigger than celebrity. Because let's be honest, Hollywood memoirs often feel curated, glossy, carefully managed. But this one, it sounds like it's coming straight from the wound. From someone who has faced illness, past trauma, and the brutal reality of losing parts of the life she once had. Fans and fellow celebrities have already reacted with overwhelming support. Many are praising her courage for speaking openly about MS and for refusing to sugarcoat her experiences. Others are calling her honesty brave and necessary. In an industry that often rewards perfection, Christine is offering something much more rare: truth. There's also a deeper layer here that not everyone is talking about. Writing a memoir while dealing with MS isn't just emotionally taxing, it's physically exhausting. Multiple sclerosis can impact cognitive function, memory, and energy levels. That means revisiting old trauma and organizing years of memories is not just painful, it can be incredibly draining. And yet, she did it. Industry insiders have noted that memoirs written during major life transitions often redefine a public figure's legacy. Think about how vulnerability reshaped public perception for so many stars in recent years. Christine's decision to open up now, during her MS battle, could mark a powerful new chapter in how she's remembered, not just as a comedic icon, but as a survivor and advocate. It also mirrors a larger cultural shift. We're seeing more celebrities speak openly about chronic illness, mental health, and past abuse. Silence is slowly being replaced with testimony. And Christine stepping forward adds weight to that movement. For her career, this memoir may not be about boosting projects or chasing headlines. It feels more like preservation, documenting her story on her own terms. It's about reclaiming narratives that once felt too painful to share. And in doing so, She's creating space for others to feel seen. There's something incredibly powerful about someone saying, "These pages once felt like shame. Now there's strength." And let's compare this moment to earlier points in her life. When she was first diagnosed with MS, she was candid but guarded. She shared enough to inform, but not everything. This memoir feels different. It's a deeper excavation. A willingness to expose the messy middle, not just the triumphant highlights. That's not easy, especially in a world that dissects every word. At the heart of this story is a simple but profound shift, from secrecy to service. Sometimes it's choosing not to burn the pages. Sometimes it's deciding that your hardest chapters might help someone else survive theirs. And that raises a question for all of us. If you had journals filled with your most painful memories, would you ever let the world see them? Or would you keep them locked away forever? Christine made her choice. And it might be one of the bravest moves of her career. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you plan to read her memoir? And do you believe celebrity vulnerability like this truly helps others? Or is it still part of the spotlight? This is a story about courage, about illness, about reclaiming your narrative, and it's still unfolding.